Hello boys and girls, Andy Rafael from eTeknix.com, and today is quite a special day for me more than anything. I'm going to be building my new rig. Now obviously we get review samples come through and things like that, and because of the relationships that we have with the various different companies that we work with, we have got the facility to build some really nice computer rigs for ourselves to actually use in benchmarking. And because we do videos and things like that, obviously having quite a monster rig for video rendering and photo editing and that kind of thing is quite a vital thing to have. So before I was using a Asus Maximus for Gen Z, which is a great cracking little board, and really pleased with the way that was working, with an Intel i7 2600K. That was clocked to quite a modest sort of 4.7, 4.8 gigahertz. It can do more, it can do about 5 on that board, as we've shown. And if you haven't checked that out, check out the review and we'll show you exactly how well that clocks and how it actually performs on that board. And other than that, the other components that I used or was using was a Asus or Asus Radeon 6950 Direct CU2, which was great because it has 6 display ports on it, and because of that it was quite handy if you have 6 monitors. Sadly now I only have 3, which is really vital for me, especially when working in the review industry, because when you only have 1 monitor, I really do realise it when I'm on a laptop or a notebook, that 1 monitor, 1 screen is just not enough, whereas when you've got 3 you can just sort of put tasks all over the place and make life a lot easier for yourself. So that's quite a handy achievement to have, and we will actually be doing a video about a triple monitor stand, which, believe it or not, I'm actually sitting on right now on the box. So that's going to be coming up, and that's from Scan Computers, and we'll be showing you exactly what the triple monitor stand is like. And we'll also be reviewing the Asus VS247 24-inch monitors. We've got 3 of them to go with this monitor stand. So we will be doing a review on the monitors as well. So this is all part of my rig, and as you can see behind me, I've got a lot of computer hardware behind me. Some of it, okay, some of it really fantastic stuff. I mean, obviously we've got the facility to pretty much use anything that we want. Things like the Asus Maximus, the Asus Rampage 4 Extreme, I could use one of them, but we'd rather use it in our test rigs. So we can obviously supply the best performance results to yourselves, because we do feel that at the moment it is still the best X79 board on the market. I am hoping in the near future that I can look at using an EVGA SRX, but I can tell you now, obviously you can see the level 10 GT behind me, not going to fit in there. So got to sort of look at the measurements and everything, and hopefully I can fit it into a Cosmos 2 and do something really cool and funky and show that to you as well. So today it was really just a matter of sitting there in the office and looking at the mess that was around us, and what we found is just obviously productivity and things like that. Having a mess just isn't viable, and the computer was part of that mess, because of things coming in and out, being constantly changed, that kind of thing. So what I will warn you now is all these bits behind me may change in a week's time, but who knows. So because of that, I was just using a Cooler Master Test Lab, which is just a square sort of test bench with a Maximus for Gen Z on it, as well as the 6950 Direct CU2 and an OCZ Revo Drive X2, which you can see just up here, because I will be using that in the new rig as well, because it's absolutely fantastic, really phenomenal. Other than that, I was using some Corsair Vengeance memory 1866, but I've had a slight little change there as well. So yeah, there's a few things that I'm taking over from the other rig that I did have, the Z68 rig, but a lot of this is new stuff as well. So what I'll do is I'll just give you a quick rundown of exactly what we've got here. Straight away in the background you can see the Thermaltake Level 10 GT Snow. Fantastic looking case, because obviously being white, and a lot of case manufacturers are making white cases these days because of just the need for them and the market for them. There is quite a big market, especially with water cooling loops going the way they are, and people like Mayhem's making white fluid as well, and they can pretty much make any colour that you want upon request. But there is sort of a big scope for that, everything being white. And obviously we've got graphics cards as well with white coolers on there, like the GTX 580 Anarchy edition from KFA2, and then obviously Arctic making their twin Accelero Pros and Plus and things like that. So I may even sort of chop and change the graphics card to a different 7970, as you can see I've got one there, but a different 7970 but with the Arctic fan on it. So what we can see straight away is the level 10 GT Snow that we spoke about. Inside there at the heart of it is going to be the Asus Sabertooth X79 motherboard. Fantastic motherboard, not quite on par with the Rampage 4, but still a very, very good motherboard, one of the best on the market at the moment. I'm still waiting to see, you know, what Gigabyte are going to be bringing out very soon, because apparently there's going to be a slight refresh in their motherboards. ASRock, we've seen some of the performance of theirs, it's good, but still can't quite keep up with the Rampage 4, whereas the Sabertooth still does a really, really good job, and we've done a review on that as well. So if you want to check that out, feel free to go to eTeknix.com, reviews at the top, motherboards, and check that out. So that's going to be in the heart of it, and then inside there is this tiny little CPU, which is a 3960X from Intel, 3.3 GHz, 6 core, 12 threads, absolute monster of a processor. So I can't wait to get some folding at home going on there and some extreme overclocking once I've got it under sort of better conditions. Running on top of that will be a Corsair H80, so whilst that is a really, really good cooler, I am hoping to do something a little bit more custom, fitting as big of a radiator as I can in there and reservoir, because I'm not planning on using any of the optical drive bays, so I should have all this space there for you know, having a radiator, a reservoir, that kind of thing available to me. So that's the plan for that. Running all of it is, at the moment, it's going to change very, very soon, but at the moment it's going to be the Thermaltake Tough Power 1350 watt, which is complete overkill, but I may go down the sort of dual or tri GPU route at some point, maybe even wait for Kepler to come out and then see what Nvidia has to offer, possibly go 2, maybe 3 cards, probably EVGA with hydro copper coolers, that kind of thing. So that's all going to be running everything. 1350 watt, like I say, is overkill, but it's what I've got available at the moment, and I really like the Thermaltake power supplies. But they will be changing hopefully very soon to an Antec power supply, but I can't say too much about that because it's not out yet. But keep an eye on it, because something will happen. So yeah. Also on the motherboard we will have Kingston memory, so we've got the 2133 megahertz. I've got 16 gig here. I have got another 16 gig kit. Going to see how things are with just 16. I may update to 32. All depends on obviously what board I'm going to be using and how many memory slots I've got available to myself, and what sort of memory I've got on availability at that time. But 2133 16 gig kit should be more than enough, as you can appreciate. It's quite an expensive kit, and it should give me some really, really good results. Other than that, we've got the 7950 from XFX, possibly looking at going 7970 or maybe even dual 7970s until Kepler comes out. But for now, just looking at the 7950 Black Edition overclocked, which is a fantastic card. We have done a review on one of them as well. Check it out. We are planning on doing a few more things with that card because of its capabilities with overclocking, Eyefinity, and some of the other things that it can do. So I may even link that graphics card in with some of the monitor and the monitor stand stuff that I do. So we've got that as well. The Revo drive we spoke about, this is the Revo drive X2. So it's a PCI Express based SSD, and it runs on an X4 PCI Express bus. And as you can see, it's actually got 2 cards to it. So you've got your main PCB and then a little daughter card on there with extra memory. This is the 240 gig model. It would be nice to update to the Revo Drive X3 if you're listening OCZ. And then obviously get a little bit more performance. But for the average user, you're not really going to find that getting 700 megasecond read and write speeds, and even higher than that, you're not really going to find that you notice it compared to something like an Intel 520 series SSD or the OCZ Vertex 3, Patriot Wildfire, these types of drives. For the average user, something like a Revo drive, it is an enterprise-based product, and we have got a Revo drive hybrid as well, which we're going to be testing very, very soon. But they are enterprise-based products, and because of that, you're not really going to find that you're going to notice any sort of beneficial difference. Yeah, in benchmarks it's going to show that you've got, you know, these fantastic results, but in the real world you're not really going to notice it. So that's that. With the Revo Drive X3, obviously that's even faster, so you're not really going to notice. But I do video rendering, folding, and a few other sort of intensive test that really stresses every main aspect of the system, and just looking at a way that I can really sort of stress the SSD side of things, because with folding it's GPU and CPU intensive. That is another reason why I'm looking at going NVIDIA, because we do have a folding team 162130. So if you want to join us, 162130. And with that, we are looking at, obviously NVIDIA are better for folding because of the CUDA cores, so that's another reason why I'm looking at doing that, because we have set up our folding team and we want to really push it. EVGA are currently #1, but we're coming after you. Other than that, obviously storage, we have got a NAS box with 12 terabytes of storage actually in the office, but to also sort of give me just a little bit of storage, I've got a Western Digital 3 terabyte Caviar Green mechanical drive. Fantastic drive, fairly quiet, good performance. We've also done a review on one of them, so check that out on eTeknix.com. And that's pretty much what we've got to show today. Also going to be hopefully speaking to Bitphoenix to try and get some of the Alchemy cables. Hopefully white ones to obviously match with everything. May even do a few sort of modifications depending on what power supply I'm going to be getting. Maybe sort of modding the power supply to make it white, but it really depends on what's going to be sort of shown. And that's why I think maybe the best thing to do is keep most things stock and then just go down the water cooling route. Because we've got this window up here, you're going to see the CPU socket, and probably get something from the likes of XSPC, and then get some Mayhem's white fluid as well to really sort of set things off and try and keep things nice, clean and sharp looking with the whole sort of white thing. Haven't quite thought of a name for this rig yet. Now, as you may know, a couple of people who work for us, Chris, who does all of our component reviews now, sort of taken over from me a little bit, so I can spend more time doing videos and sort of focusing on other parts of the website. But Chris has a name for all of his sort of systems. So he's got, what have you got, Chris?
There's Thor, Skyflash, Sidewinder, Firestreak, Rapier, Martel, Azram, Amram, and I think I've also got Bryce in there, which is my server.
There you go. So he's got loads of different names for all these computers, servers, virtual machines, that kind of thing, which are all based around...
They're RAF missiles.
RAF missiles, so I didn't know that, but there you go. So RAF missiles. I'm not really into RAF missiles, so I'm not going to be thinking of a name for that. But if anyone has got any ideas for names, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment just below, and if you're watching this on eTeknix.com, because we will be putting this video on there, then yeah, please comment below using the discuss system. So yeah, I want a really good name for that. Whoever thinks of a really good name, I may sort of give you a prize or something. Haven't decided what yet, but if you think of a good name and I go with it, then I may sort out some sort of competition for that, where I'll give away a little goodie of some sort. So that is pretty much where we are at the moment. What we're actually going to do now is we're going to get all this stuff into the system, build it all up, and sort of take it from there. So we're build it all up, come back, you can see it all sort of working at the moment, but obviously things are going to change when we go down the proper water cooling route instead of the sort of closed loop system like the H80. And then obviously with the Antec power supply, I may sort of update this video a little bit, depends if I get the time to do so. But what I really wanted to do was just show you guys exactly what's going on here, what I'm in the process of building, and yeah, hopefully if I can speak to Bitphoenix, get some white Alchemy cables as well, that will really set things off nicely. But as I say, be warned, this probably won't stay as this system for long, because if I do manage to get an EVGA SRX with two Intel Xeon E5 2670s, I think, then yeah, I'm going to be building that probably into a Cosmos 2, and then I'll do something completely different. White's not really going to go with the whole theme, so I'd have to sort of revisit and see what I'm going to do from there. But as we know with the Cosmos 2, which we've got just to the side of us, there is a lot of room for radiators and water cooling, that kind of thing. So hopefully guys, you've enjoyed everything, enjoyed the video, and what we're going to do now is get everything built, and then come back and show you exactly what it looks like at these sort of early stages of it being built, because as I say, it's all going to change. So be back in a moment. So boys and girls, we're back and everything is built up. So we were actually debating to do the video where we'd actually do like a bit of like a time-lapse video, but I'm actually going to reserve that for something a little bit more special. So stay tuned for that one, because we will do something very, very soon in terms of water cooling loops, custom loop, that kind of thing. But yeah, this is the new build. Still haven't got a name yet, so we are relying on you out there, YouTube viewers, eTeknix viewers. Think of a name. I'll give you a prize if you get chosen as the right name. So for now, we will call it System X. So this is System X in all its glory. So yeah, we talked through all the bits and bobs, but we just sort of go for an overview once again of exactly what's actually in here. So we've got the Level 10 GT Snow Edition, so white one, and within here we've got the Asus Sabertooth X79 motherboard with a 3960X underneath this H80 in a push-pull configuration. We've tried to sort of make things as cable tidy friendly as possible, even with terms of the actual tubing for the H80 as well, and the mass amounts of cables, because you've got both of the fans connected in here as well as the Molex connector going off, which if anyone's got a H80, please comment below and let me know, because the Molex connectors on the H80s that we've had are absolutely terrible. They really are absolutely atrocious. They break. We've actually got 5 H80s here and 3 of them are broken so far. So not really too good for Corsair, and I will sort of notify them of that. But we are actually changing all of our test machine systems to take out the H80s and have Antec Cooler 920s. So we're going to try going down that route instead and see what they're like. If they're bad as well, then we'll look at another option. But I can't see them being bad because the 920s are quite good coolers. So we've got the XFX Radeon HD 7950 Black Edition double dissipation heater with the Ghost thermal technology, and then we've also got the Revo Drive X2 down here and the Thermaltake Tough Power cable management 1350 watt complete beast overkill whatever. Also with the Level 10 GT Snow and the Level 10 GT in general, if no one's noticed, it has got this funky little headphone sort of hanger. So I've put my Logitech G930s on there, which is really nice because they are wireless, so that's really, really nice. And yeah, we'll just clean things up a little bit because this case had actually been sitting for a while and had got quite dusty, as you can appreciate, having lots of test systems around, that kind of thing in the office. Things did get a little bit dusty, so we've had to clean it all off because it was really, really bad, and I'm still finding bits of dust now. So okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit to the inside of the system so you can see exactly what's going on, and hopefully you will like it. So let's just take the camcorder off the tripod. So down there you can see there's the window panel, and with that actual panel it has got the plastic slats on it which can go up and down. There's a fan behind there as well, and the way that actually connects in, as you can see there's no cables, is via this little bit. So as soon as it makes contact with these metal pins, that's pretty much sort of all good to go. So from the outside, as you can see, we've got Logitech G930s on here, just on this little hanger. When you actually take these off, you can then take this bit off as well. Then you've got like a little rubber grommet, and that just sort of covers things up. So that's really, really nice, and I don't know if you can see it, but it does, yeah, it does say hanger. So yeah, that's quite a nice little novel feature. So take that off. You can then put this back on, like so, and then hang your headset on there. Not too much point going through all the features of the Level 10 GT. We've done a review on it before, but USB 3.0, high and low fan speeds, and the fan LED. We have actually lost the top panel here, so it does look a bit horrid at the moment, but I'll probably end up sticking maybe a Blu-ray drive in there. Haven't decided yet, and that's sort of part of the reason why there's nothing in there now. We could put a DVD rewriter in, but I don't really use one that often, so I'm unsure at the moment. But you can see the Kingston memory in here, 16 gig of 2133 memory, the H80, XFX 7950, the OCZ Revo Drive X2, and 1350 watt power supply. I did have help from the wonderful Chris Hadley, who's sitting down there.
Nope.
And he's done a really, really good job with cable management, so you can see everything is sort of nice and tidy. Native USB 3.0 over there as well, which is obviously for the top. All the cables and everything are really nicely tidied, and all good to go. In here we've got, this is really tricky, one-handed. Yeah, there we go. We've got the Western Digital Caviar Green 3TB, which is just on a sort of hot swap dock, which actually just clips in there. And that is pretty much it. So this is System X at the moment, until sort of further notice when it will change. I'm really keen to sort of get some water cooling involved in this, but it all depends on whether the EVGA SRX is going to land with me soon and what I'm going to do with that, and so forth. So lots of possibilities coming up, and we will do a time-lapse video possibly of the SRX, because it's going to be new for us as well. Xeon technology, it's a server board basically, but for enthusiasts, so it should be really good. But for now, that's the System X, and like I say, if someone can think of a really good name for it, then by all means let me know. And if you do come up with a really great name that obviously we really like, then we'll chuck some prizes or something your way, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe with some of the manufacturers that have helped make this build possible. Until next time, all I can say is if you need any help, head over to forums.eteknix.com, where you can ask any questions, whether they're the dumbest question in the world or whether you're there just really to help other people out. And keep checking back on eTeknix.com, where we've got competitions, reviews, news, all the latest and greatest stuff. And also, if you're not subscribed to YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm going to sit here and get this started up and get everything on there that I need to get on there, and then we're going to work on some iFinity stuff with the Asus monitors that we spoke about earlier and the triple monitor stand, which is all going to work in conjunction with this particular rig at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys and girls, and until next time, I'm Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com, and see you later.